Hello, this morning we're going to take a look at our last element to design, shape. So let's talk a little bit about shape. So far we've done line, tone, color, texture, and the last element is shape. Excuse me. A shape is a flat, clearly defined area. Shapes can be areas of color, tone, and/or texture defined by lines or edges. Shapes can have many different qualities. They can be simple or complex, rounded, or angular. Shapes can be used to describe the appearance of geometric objects. Some shapes are both round and angular. When a shape is created, it can be described as a positive or a negative shape. The surrounding area, it describes the opposite. So we have our positive shape here in white and our negative shape in black. Shape can serve many design needs. Shape can also be used to represent objects, people, places, ideas, and it can be used in descriptive or symbolic ways. Shapes can be used as symbols for words and numbers. It can suggest motions, feelings, and ideas. Rounded shapes have curving, sinuous lines and edges. They can create an illusion of growth and flowing movement and remind us of the natural world. Geometric shapes can appear to be regular, solid, and still. They can suggest calmness, strength, and stability. They can remind us of the constructed environment. Angular shapes can appear sharp, energetic, and even explosive. Shape can appeal to our senses. Shape can create visual effects or patterns. Symbolic shape can help communicate meaning. Shape can create the illusion of structure and movement. Alright, so you're going to be clicking here on A6, Element to Design and Texture. I don't have it up on mine yet, but it will be there. So for this assignment, you have our lovely antonym and synonym chart. This should be the last one you have to do. So you can skip number 2. Number 3 says create a black and white pattern with a distinctive shape. You don't have to do black and white. You can also do color as well. Create the effect that the shape is hidden like the example below. And call me over to evaluate. I do want to look at it before you hand it in, but you are just going to hand it in and I'll mark it through that. So, to create a design like this, I'm going to start by going into Photoshop and getting my new file open there. I would like it to be US paper size, please. Titled Module 1, Assignment 6. Shape. Then hit OK. Now, I have already went on to Flickr and found an image that I want to use, and I did check to make sure it wasn't copyrighted. So I'm going to do this picture of a parrot. So I need to download that. Save it in my pictures. I can go back to Photoshop now and just open that up. Remember, they always open to new files, so I'm going to select all, copy it, minimize the inside, and paste it into my blank file. Now I want to cut out the background, so we should know how to do that. Might have a little bit of issues right here. I may not have chosen the best image here, but I'll work it out somehow. Alright, so let's just quick select this. Alright, so I'm done quick selecting, so I can go edit, cut, create a new layer, edit, paste. Now I can get rid of this background that I don't need. Alright, so not the best cutout job ever. So I think what I would go and do there is just go and clean up some of those edges with eraser. If you get lines like this, you can just go in and erase those lines. Yeah, it didn't read that line very well when I click selected it, so it's pretty bumpy. Okay, I think you get the idea there though. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to shrink them down. This would have been more effective if I would have had some sort of feet or him on a branch, part of the branch in there too. So if I was actually handing this in for marks, I'd probably go back and either find a different picture or try to get some of the leaves in there. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom out here. Alright, so you want a fairly big image. Of what you've picked in the front. Then you're going to create new layer, and you're going to go back and select well, what happens when we go select all here? Copy, new layer, edit, paste, edit, paste, edit, paste. Okay, so now I have a few birds pasted here, all on the same layer, sorry, different layers. And I want to go in and free transform them so that they're quite a bit smaller. So once you've created a pattern with the birds, you can go in link those layers. So layer 3 to 5 I would link by holding down Control, selecting them, right click, and I'm actually going to merge them into one layer. So now I have this all in one layer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a tool called the stamp tool. So what it does is it takes basically an image of what I have on the layer, and then it lets me paint that. And I'll just show you what I mean here. So I want to find a decent sized brush, and then I'm going to hold down Alt instead of Shift, sorry. And you see how that little target comes up? Well, I can hold down Alt and click, then I'm going to create a new layer, and what it's going to allow me to do is just go ahead and paint more of them on there. It's kind of neat. Same thing, hold down Alt, click, and I can do some on the same layer and then switch into a new layer. And I can continue coloring that pattern on there. So I'm just going to continue doing this, and I will just show you what it kind of looks like when I'm done. At points, I'm going to want to overlap them too. So I'm going to select that, then I can create a new layer, and then just paint over and fill in edges that way. And that's how I can fill that white in, just by creating new layers. Anyway, at the end, it's going to look pretty neat. So stay. Okay, so this is what it looks like when I'm done. I have my image of my parrot that I've anchored here at the bottom. So just anchoring just means that I've kind of ran it off the page a bit. And it's a good idea to anchor images in a composition, because anchoring actually helps keep the viewer's eye onto the page. So we've created a nice focal point here, and then we just have our images of our birds in the background. Looks pretty neat. So have fun with this assignment. When you are done, please save it as a JPEG and hand it in on eCommunity.